Hi everyone, Glissom Model Designs here with part 5 of the Tamiya 1350 scale Yamato Premium Edition build. Today we're going to be looking at the stern section of the ship. So as you know, I've been flipping kind of back and forth in the instruction booklet. Now we're kind of going back to the beginning, and we've installed the hangar slash stern section of the ship. Now, the big sections come in two pieces. Like you get the lower part here, like where the I guess the entrance to the hangar would be, and then of course the top part. Now to break up the coloring a bit, I did paint this color different than up here. Now the colors I used are the IGN gray and the IGN Cure color. This color here is for the ship. I do believe this color is in there as well. But just to break up the ship a bit, as you can see, the lower portion is a darker gray than the top. As well as like some of these pieces here. Again, I just used the TS67, the IGN gray, just to give it a little depth. You don't have to, but that's what I did with mine. As well as the track here, I just used a silver Sharpie and just kind of went along it because it is, lifted up a bit, and that just gives it more to look at too. I decided to go for the doors open option, just because once the piece goes on, I'll just kind of show you here. It just, again, it gives a little more depth to your model. Now, this is just kind of a crude fit, but as you can see now, you're looking into the ship, which is kind of cool. Kind of really gives a 3D look to your model even more so. So any chance I have to have a door open, I think that's what I'll do. So now I have it installed, as you can see. It's important to always triple check what you're doing. The reason being is because you don't install it and then realize that, oh, I didn't leave rooms for the screws to go in. Such as these parts here, you can kind of see the seam line, which is fine. I'm just going to kind of show you here. As you can see, it goes down on top of the top plate, which is fine. And then these pieces here, which we've already built, go into the side. That won't affect it any because this is so loose. Like as you can see here, it does have a bit of give to it. Actually, it's a little tighter now because I have this installed. But prior to installing this, I already had this in place. Just because it does flex a bit and gives you the option of painting that as a whole. Hopefully that made sense. So, but I do have this dropped in here now, and I do have it screwed in. And these panels here hide the screw. So you don't want to be painting this piece with this piece already attached and then putting on, because then there'd be no way for you to get the screw in. So just keep that in mind. Paint that piece separate. Now I'm going to try and find it in the instructions so you know what I'm talking about here. Right there. See, had we painted this entire piece here with that on already glued in, you wouldn't be able to get the screw in right there to make it tight. So paint these pieces here separate, and then once the screw is on, then attach them. So pretty simple. As you can see here, it just shows you some of the photo etch, like staircase here, which I have not put on yet. I will be doing that a bit later, just because I had to attach the floor before attaching it to this piece. And you can see here, hopefully that'll zoom in. You can see right where the supports for the incoming guns go on. There's a photo etched ladder there. Photo etched parts are really nice in this kit. They're very strong and they don't collapse, right in your fingers when you use them. So I like that. Now I did manage to get that seam line pretty much taken care of. There's a bit of a line there. I'm not too concerned. A decal will be going over top there as well. There's some lettering that says Yamato. So there, the chance of you seeing a seam line there is going to be completely gone once that decal comes on. So that's good to know. But again, there was a real good gap there. So keep that in mind. If you go back in a few videos ago or a video ago, I explained that gap if your model has it. So by painting the two sides of the gray hull once they're connected is probably the best idea, because you do not want to run into that problem later. Because there's no real screws pushing or pulling it together. There is up here, these pieces here that hold it in, and then of course up here there's one, and there is one here, but it doesn't pull the two sides of the hull together. So go back in my video, see how I did it, and that'll explain that. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to still work on some detailing parts. There's some doors that go here. I'll be putting them in. I'm just doing this slow, going back and forth through the instructions, finding out what pieces go where, doing them now before painting it as one section instead of painting it, gluing it, painting it, gluing it. One, you'll run out of paint fast that way. Two, you're higher chance of showing glue marks when you do it. So again, go back and forth the instructions. You can do some things later, which I will, which would be like the guns coming in there, guns coming there. I mean, this thing's loaded with guns, but I'll do that later. The only reason why I haven't done them now is because I'm still really working with this, and my chances of nicking a little gun, a little 20mm cannon off here would be pretty high. So, that can wait till later, and plus that doesn't require much glue at all. So there we go. So that concludes this video. It's come along nice. We're getting very close to starting the wood decking on the ship. Once I get that top deck on, which is right there, still got lots of work to do with that first. And then the ship's really going to come along, and then it's just the superstructure, and then just a bunch of little details. It's amazing, when you look at the model here, well, at least a picture of it, you think, oh, okay, battleship, that'll be pretty easy, just throw some guns on. It's amazing how many parts they can actually squeeze in. I believe it's, I heard between 1,000 and 1,500 parts. Don't quote me on that, but that's with the photo etch parts plus all my, extras too. So I'm not too sure on the count. It seems like it's about right. But here's just a shot again too of the colors that I'm using. So they are Japanese colors, which is great. They seem to work great for the ship. So there we go. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to your comments as always. If you can hit that like button, that'd be great. It really helps out the channel. And hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.